Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on our channel, our website, or my Instagram. It's in the description below. Reach out to tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a 2013 Baselworld launch. This is the Tag Heuer Carrera Calibre 36 flyback, also known as the best of both, Carrera style and a Zenith El Primero flyback movement. 43 millimeters in stainless steel. This timepiece is handsome. As you can see, it features those classic 1963 to present thrusting integrated Carrera lugs. 43 millimeters in diameter, the watch is 15.1 millimeters thick, and those expansive lugs spreading 53 millimeters from point to point with a spacing of 22 millimeters between the lugs. Let's throw it on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It is a large watch. I would recommend it for a wrist as small as, I would say, 16 centimeters circumference. My wrist is probably the lower limit. This is a large, substantial, broad, and prominent watch. And in particular, because of the strength of those Carrera lugs, it does flare out at the edge of the wrist. So if you've got a big wrist or a taste for big watches, this is for you. It's got both brains and brawn. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's take a look at the hardware and the software. The watch is nicely made. The strap is substantial, not calfskin, but alligator leather, more expensive. It's bolstered to give it a little bit of body with a sheer side showing the layers of construction. There's a monotone black stitch, and as you can see on the underside, a rather silky, natural calfskin. This watch does not feature a perforated strap. It also does not need minder loops, and I'll show you why. This Tag Heuer trigger release clasp tucks all excess length underneath the clasp body, so it is very clean with no extra length flapping in the breeze, and you won't be gouging the apertures in the opposite side of the strap. So in the long term, not only does it look neat in the moment on the wrist, but it ages more gracefully. The case itself, as you can see, is of satin finish in its flank, which I think is actually a good decision. It's an interesting kind of satin because it does have a rather bright reflective quality to it, but nonetheless you can see the grain. I would say it's lightly satinated over a surface that's initially polished, which gives it a wonderful lustrous look uncommon on satin finishes. The hoods of the lugs, which are both angular and polished, have a different look, and then there are the inward facing facets of the lugs, which are themselves satinated. The bezel is narrow and almost vertical in its conical section, with a small horizontal segment as it abuts the box section sapphire. As we roll over to the chronograph side and the crown side, you can see there's a lovely little lacquered Tag Heuer logo inboard, and then pump style pushers. Roll over to the dial, and it's a good looking dial. Outboard, it's easy to read the minutes as well as fractions of a second with this 10 beat per second Zenith El Primero movement. Now inboard of that silvered track for the seconds and the minutes, you have a lovely nickel anthracite sunburst center with raised and polished chapterings for the sub-registers, and note the use of applique indices with blackened centers and faceted faces, plus the use of concentric circular guilloche or ajourage for the individual registers. It's a good looking watch. Now this is not just a Zenith El Primero. You might think Calibre 36, all right, I get that, that's an El Primero 400. No, it's an El Primero 405 with the flyback feature. It also has a hacking seconds, or I should say not hacking seconds, which it does not have. You'll have to reset the chronograph if you want to treat that like your seconds hand, but it does have a quick set date, and it's 100 meters water resistant, so this is a timepiece that offers a lot of utility. Being highly water resistant and blessed with a flyback, this could be a sports watch for any occasion, whether track and field or aviation. The El Primero flyback 405, remember, this movement was originally designed for the French military aviation Zenith Rainbow flyback of the 1990s. Good looking movement, 31 joules, automatic winding, bidirectional winding action, flyback capability, quick set date. It beats away at 36,000 vibrations per hour, and as you can see, it is a column wheel chronograph with a black polished column wheel, the levers and horns of the system robustly visible. It is a lateral clutch, and you can see the lateral clutch moving into and away from contact with its central drive. The timepiece features lovely satinated steel components for the chronograph, a medley of blue screws, black polished silver screws, satin steel levers, and there is an engine turning as well as satination with Côte de Genève across the rotor. It's a good looking watch, and the El Primero launched in 1969 as the first ever integrated high beat automatic chronograph, is still one of the best in the business. Now, Zenith has often been critiqued as a movement manufacturer without distinctive designs, and Tag Heuer has often been derided as a design house without emphasis on the movement. This watch brings the best of both together. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of the stainless steel Carrera Calibre 36. And we're back with the Carrera Calibre 36.